Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Jensen and today I will briefly talk about ENFPs and socializing. So I talked to another ENFP about socializing, her burnout areas, and how she recharges in general. And that was what she's saying. She says that socializing is great, but it only really satisfies when it's deep. Social contact that is only casual does not satisfy. Well, as an ENFP, I agree with this sentence 100%, especially about the part that social contact that is only casual does not satisfy. I think what she's trying to say about deep talking is, I think it's more about how was your day, how are you, or the weather. I think these topics are conversation starters, and I think they shouldn't turn out to be the conversation itself. So I believe that's what she's trying to say. The casual conversations that it doesn't satisfy the social need. I totally agree with this part. I asked about her burnout areas, and she said fear, not good enough social contact. I think I explained this very well. ENFPs, we're good at small talk, but we don't want to turn it into a conversation. And when things are the same every day, doing something that I don't like to do for a long time, no affection for a long time, and she also listed no sport. Well, when things are the same every day, this is something I can relate to. I believe that there's a constant battle between extroverted intuition and introverted sensing. We have this inside of us. I mean, we seek new experiences and just new everything. We seek that, but we also have this familiarity might relax us time to time. I can say that, but it's mostly a search of something new and something more interesting. And doing something I don't like to do for a long time. Well, I think anybody can relate to this at some point. I think time to time there might be a connection between routines and doing something we don't like to do for a long time. I can say that. Sometimes they team up and just burn out the ENFP. No affection for a long time. Well, I have no idea what she's talking about. I really don't. Even after all of that, I can tell you that ENFPs are not the most affectionate type out there, but we're feelers after all, and we love giving affection and we love receiving affection. We love expressing affection. So yeah, I can relate to this and I can agree with this part. This might be a no affection for a long time, might be a burnout area for an ENFP. I asked her about how she recharges, and this is the response I got. She said, praying to God and praising Him, deep talks with 500 E's. It's very important. It has to be with 500 E's. Sports, sleeping, and going for a walk. Well, first of all, honey, thanks so much for sharing your experiences with me, and I love you. And aside from socializing and aside from deep talks, there are of course other ways of recharging, and it varies from person to person. It might be by, as she mentioned, by praying, by going for a walk, or it might be by reading fantastic books, or listening to music, listening to music. So there are other ways. There are different ways of recharging, and it varies from person to person. What might happen if an ENFP not recharged properly? Well, of course it will create distress. Of course it will that ENFP will be less energetic, that ENFP will be less enthusiastic, that might create focus problems, that ENFP might have just just have a problem on focusing on something for a certain amount of time. Someone mentioned on the comments about maladaptive daydreaming and the connection between ENFPs. I can't talk for maladaptive daydreaming. I don't have enough observation and I don't have enough information about that. But I can say this. An ENFP who doesn't have these deep talks with 500 E's, that ENFP might daydream about expressing themselves, about sharing ideas. They might basically daydream about socializing, and that might make them seem more aloof. So yeah, that's it for me. That's briefly what I can say. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed my video.